What's up there, YouTube? Today I'm going to be making a video about Ackie monitor substrate. Uh, Big reason is, as you can see, the substrate in the main cage, the level's gone down a little bit. It gets in the water, settling, so on and so forth. So I'm going to be adding a good amount of substrate in there. Pretty much going to be bringing it all the way up to about maybe an inch below the track here, or the dam. This is what I'm using. Quickcrete all-purpose sand. I have multiple bags of this. I like it. It's actually what's already in there mixed with that soil, because it's varying grade coarseness. It seems to actually bind and hold pretty well. Then I'm going to be using sphagnum peat moss. Upside down, but this came at the recommendation of other keepers that said that they've had really good success with it, holding burrows and temperature, humidity, yada yada. The reason why I was going to go with this, or cocoa coir, but this wound up being a lot less expensive, but it's all organic and it's safe. It doesn't have anything else in it besides the moss. Is because, mainly for appearance, it's going to be a little bit cleaner looking, and the lizards, when they come out and you see them, they're not going to be all dirty looking. It's mainly for me rather than them. You can just go straight topsoil and sand mixture, what's already in there. But I decided to try something a little different, just to maybe help them look a little bit prettier, to make them more enjoyable to look at. The female's actually finishing up nesting right now, and this will be a separate video, but last night it looks like she just laid clutch number 2. I did see her back out of the burrow a bit, and she looked pretty deflated, so I think that she successfully laid the eggs, but I'm not going to dig her up and disturb her. I'm going to wait for her to come out on her own before digging for treasure. So I'm going to have it pre-mixed here in this tub. I'm hoping to have some left over too for the baby cage once the first clutch hatches. Be able to set that all up and have that all good going for them. So yeah, this will probably all come out in one video, but this is pretty much part 1. I'm going to mix it all up, and I'll show you what to look for once it's all mixed up. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so this is part 2 to the Ackie monitor substrate. I just mixed in a bale of that peat moss, or most of a bale. It's like a big block, so it's kind of roomy and clunky. It's hard to deal with in a little container like this, but you get the idea. You can do it in batches, so you don't have to do all of it at once. But check it out. So what I did is I mixed it in, I would say about 2/3 to 3/4 of that bale of peat moss, and 1 bag of Quickcrete. I have 2 more bags, and I have 1 more bale, so I'll have plenty of sand for this. But as you can see, the color is actually a little bit lighter. That's due to the sand. I haven't added any water to this at all. All I did was mix it up thoroughly by hand, and then I tamped it down. As time goes on, once it's in the cage and everything like that, it'll even get a little bit more compact than what's in here. But this will work for demonstration purposes. So this is what you want to look for, besides obviously making sure that all of your ingredients for your soil are organic. No fertilizers, no pesticides, things like that, because you don't want to hurt the lizard. You don't want to introduce anything toxic. But providing that has been met, this is the consistency that you want to look for in your substrate. So check this out. All right. So pretend my fingers are little lizard feet, and I'm digging, and I'm digging, and I'm digging, and you'll notice as I dig, it holds its shape. There's a stick. So I'm digging, I'm digging, I'm digging, I'm digging a little burrow. Check it out. Because they don't do it even this quick. You know, they're pretty actually meticulous about it and make sure that, you know, they're doing it right. They know what they're doing more than we do. So generally speaking, if it can pass this test, it's going to hold one of their burrows, no problem. You know, you want to make sure that the below layers stay moist, because without the moisture, you know, it's not going to be able to do this. But check that out. Check it out. The reason why you add the sand too, instead of just doing straight soil, straight moss, peat moss, whatever, and as you can see, this is, you know, for all intents and purposes, this is actually soil. You add the sand because the sand acts as a binding agent, which helps this burrow. Check this out. You know, I don't have small hands. You know, I'm a tall guy. I got proportional size hands. You know, I'm not like gigantor, crazy. You know, I don't belong in a circus or nothing. But I'm bigger than average as far as height and proportions and everything go. And I'm hitting, I don't know if the camera will catch that, but I'm actually hitting the very bottom of this container, and I'm able to dig back, and it's holding. And that's pretty much the consistency that you want your monitor substrate to be. This doesn't just pertain to Ackies. You know, pretty much any monitor is going to burrow. I mean, I've even seen examples of tree monitors burrowing. Are they going to do it all the time? Are they subterranean, like a lot of Ackies, Savannah monitors, albigularis, you know, those types of lizards? No. But the opportunity to burrow is important pretty much across the board, I think. It provides good nesting opportunities, good security, microclimates, everything. So, yeah, this is the substrate mixture. And if you do this, you know, say you're trying something else out, you know, and you're not entirely sure if it's going to be good for your enclosure, just do this. Pre-mix it, put it in a container, and dig into it. And, you know, if you can do it, you know, by animal standards, humans are pretty clumsy, and, you know, we're not really as good at this as they're going to be. But if you can do this, I mean, look at that. I can get almost half my forearm in there. Yeah, see, obviously when you punch it, that's a different story. But if you're able to do this and it holds its shape and you're able to dig a little makeshift burrow, you know that with your lizards, it's going to be good. They're going to be able to dig into it. They're going to be able to do what they need to do. And they're going to be able to nest and burrow and den and have their microclimates, and everything will be good. So, sorry for the rant. Hopefully this video is not too long. Hopefully somebody sees this and it helps them out. You know, it's a very inexpensive option. You don't have to spend buku bucks. I think sand and peat moss. I got 6 cubic feet of the moss, and 1.5 cubic feet are basically 3 bags of the Quikrete. I want to say it was about 24 bucks. 24, it was say $30 or less. And that's enough to fill a 6 foot by 2 foot space, about 7-8 inches, So you have a 6 foot by 2 foot cage. You're only spending, let's see, if you wanted to start from scratch, you're spending 60, 70 bucks to fill it, you know, with a foot or more of soil for these animals. I think that's totally reasonable. I think it's easy. It's quick. Between first part and this part, this took me maybe 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. So don't be intimidated. Just do it. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, gonna be making more videos, and like I said, hope this wasn't too much of a rant for you. But did get a couple people that requested something like this, so hope it helps somebody. Over and out. Alright guys, so this is the final part of the substrate video. I know I said over and out last one, but it didn't occur to me at that moment that I didn't have a cage shot of the after. So this is the after. I didn't fill it quite to just the 1 inch right below the lip, because it actually went a lot farther than I thought it would. That one bale of moss and about 1.5 bags of sand did what you see here. And this is 6 feet wide by 2 feet deep. They're going to be a little stressed out exploring the cage. You know, the substrates probably really change the smell for them. So that's to be expected. Basically, leave them alone. Let them get used to it. Feed them a bit. Let them get comfortable again. And she is doing well. She's really dirty right now because she just laid. And that's going to be in a different video. But yeah, what's really good is I still have that other bale and 1.5 bags of sand left for, you know, if this settles and it goes down considerable amount, I'll just add more. But yeah, considering that she was able to successfully nest now twice with the previous depth, this should hopefully do it. But as always, I mean, you should be looking to improve the quality of your reptiles' lives. Make sure that they're healthy, happy, and have as little stress as possible. You know, especially with reproductive events, that's actually a sign that you have decent husbandry. If they're able to successfully reproduce multiple times without it really affecting their health in an extreme way. So this should do it for this video. Have any questions? Let me know. Comments, questions, criticisms, all that. I take it all. Bye-bye.